So not all teams in North London had a good weekend. Not as big as a shock, really. Tottenham beating City, Banner FC, Arsenal lost 2-0 to Brentford. Where do we start? I
love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Who said Arteta?
I said Arteta. I think it's going to go within 10 weeks. 10 games.
Yeah, I thought it was Yolki, but all right. Yeah, so
I'm fully still, obviously with that result is fully backed in my mind. It's happening, and there's no way to change my mind now. Literally that club, Arteta just doesn't work for those players. Obviously, they've tried to do like a big overhaul. They just buy in like players which just aren't suited to the team. They're spending ridiculous amounts of money on players as well, and they're just not the caliber of player that they need to turn that team around. And Arteta, I think it's got to go. It's got to go, blood.
I think the worrying thing is no one's shocked that they lost to Brentford, though. Is anyone that shocked?
Yeah, I thought it'd be maybe a draw, something like that. But I didn't expect 2-0. To be fair,
Arsenal were shocking.
Terrible.
They were awful. I know, like I said to you guys, they were unlucky with Lacazette and Aubameyang falling ill, and that's all they said about the matter. They didn't say what it is specifically. But the team he put out was it was just a shambles to watch. But that's not taken away from Brentford's performance at all, because they were all over him. They absolutely battered him. And if that's the start of how Arsenal's season's going to go, then it's not going to be great for him.
Callum Chambers. What's he still doing? I was going to say a top club. Do you know what I mean? Callum Chambers and Ben White, even though I want to give Ben White a benefit of doubt, just to we need to give him more time. But did not look good. It did not look good. And if Brentford are causing those problems, I know, they play great football, but it could get real bad. And I know it's just the first game, so we have to not overreact. Like some people are accusing us online. But check, if you don't know what I mean by that, check the Twitter. But it's like if they what we were saying about City, don't lose a couple of games to get behind the league. Arsenal could really if they lose a few games early on, I'll be loving it. I'll be turning on Arsenal fan TV after the game straight away.
Well, their views are going to be shooting through the roof, aren't they?
Robbie's rubbing his hands.
Yeah, he can't wait.
Smoking more cigars in these fucking videos, lovely.
They just look, they're lacking creativity, aren't they? I know they're trying to looks like they might get Odegaard back, but that's what they're sort of excited about, Odegaard coming back. It looks like they just got get it to Tierney, he whips it in, or Saka hopefully does a bit of brilliance, isn't it?
Yeah, Smith Rowe looked really good, to be fair, and Tierney. I think everyone knows that. They were the two best players on the Arsenal side. I don't see why Saka didn't start. Maybe he should have been given a start. Could have been a bit of a change of pace in the game. Because Arsenal did look like they were all over Brentford, I thought, at the start. And then the tides just changed massively after they spunked a couple of chances, trying to just no one taking shots. Everyone just trying to walk in. The classic Arsenal trying to walk it in, as it felt like. And then, it just fell away from the game then after that, and Brentford took a bit of scruff and got the win.
You could see the buzz around, all the fans and that. I think they did a few interviews outside the stadium, and obviously they all bouncing to be up, in the Premier League. So it was just a good vibe coming from them, and I think a lot of fans sort of felt confident they were going to beat Arsenal as well. I think that's sort of one of the perfect opponents to play on your first day, because they know, if you get in Arsenal's face, especially this Arsenal, they'll crack. Yeah. And with the full stadium, it was
because that was awesome. The first game in their new stadium as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, when you in contrast though, when you look at I feel like there's so much tension between Arsenal and the club and the fans after the whole Super League thing. Obviously, in the other bigger clubs, they've kept their fans sweet by making big signings, putting money into players, whereas Arsenal just haven't done that. And I just feel like, obviously after the season they had last season, that the fans haven't really got any promise or hope that they're going to do any better than last season. So I don't know, when two teams like that, when one are on a massive high and one's at the lowest of low, the result's going to show, I think. And when you're missing two of the biggest players, I think it's a big old GG, I think. So, I mean, Brentford thoroughly deserved that win, and they're definitely going to do well in the Premier League, man. I can't see them going down at all. I actually think they'll finish like 12th or 13th, I think.
I think we all said that they'd stay up, actually.
Yeah, we did.
It looks like it's going to get from bad to worse, doesn't it, with Arsenal?
I've seen
Chelsea next.
I've seen a Coutinho Aubameyang swap deal mentioned today. I don't know how much truth is in that with Barcelona.
How do you feel about Coutinho play for Arsenal, Nath?
That don't bother me. If it was like Man United, I'd be like bit shit, or like Everton maybe. But yeah, I don't think you'd do that anyway. But yeah, go Arsenal. I got no problem with that. Like, I think it'd be a good fit for that team. They need the creativity.
Fair enough. It's not like one of your legendary club managers is now managing Everton.
Just want to stay in Liverpool, but we've gone through this. We're not doing it again.
The Aubameyang thing's a weird one. I don't know whether he just doesn't care anymore or he's just completely lost. He just doesn't respect him. Obviously, he's not even that much older than Aubameyang, is he?
Last game Arsenal played in the Champions League. Aubameyang
played against
was the captain for Dortmund, and Teta was captain for Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. So he might just be thinking,
That's
you know
mental.
what? I don't care about you. So it'd be interesting to see if he has sort of lost the dressing room a bit. Obviously, they've had a few. Remember David Luiz and that there was some arguments and supposedly off fighting training. So keep an eye on that one. But like as I was saying, it looks like it's going to go from bad to worse because they got Chelsea this Sunday, and in particular, someone's coming in, aren't they? Who could literally.
Big Rom is back.
Big Rom.
Do you think he'll start? He must do, innit?
They're saying they don't think they're going to get him ready, or they're going to try to. So not even the club knows yet.
Yeah, maybe on the bench, let him come on.
He's going to come on fat as hell. I'm joking.
all that.
No, we're going to not do any fat Lukaku jokes, but it'd just be funny if he was just like
I'm just shape as fuck.
just had an awful season and just.
I'd love it.
United fans are loving it. You guys would love it.
I don't think he'll laugh at it at all. I reckon he's going to golden boot. And
I think he's going to get golden boot as well.
I reckon he's going to bag, depending if he starts or comes off the bench. I could see him getting like a hat trick or a brace against Arsenal.
He's literally going to flatten Ben White. Ben White will retire as a football player after the Chelsea game.
Ben White drinking his drink before they turn on next to him.
When they lose 4-0, he's in the tunnel. He's like, I'm going to lose my job.
I'm panicking now. I love it. I'll be a big Arsenal fan on this weekend. I'd love it if they got something against Chelsea, just because Chelsea's one of our main rivals.
Nah.
I'd love it if they just stunk the place out.
I want Arsenal to lose every game, like every. Can you imagine how like if they lost the first 2 games of the season, they're bottom of the league probably.
Yeah, but it doesn't finish there. They got Man City.
I know. I want them to lose them all, like every game.
I don't think they'll get any points in the next 2 games.
I don't know.
Can we make a so we can get an Arsenal fan on you and hear their thoughts at some point soon? We haven't had a guest in a while.
Yeah. Do you know any?
I know Arsenal fans. Yeah, guys.
They're all in hiding, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going here, but listen to their thoughts and what I think they should do. I think it'd be quite a nice episode finding out about what they should do.
Like we just bully them for an hour.
Do you want to come on our podcast and we can grill you?
Yeah, we just rip shit into you for an hour.
That is the problem. I'd find it very hard.
Not to bully them.
Taking it back, this might be a non-biased podcast, I thought.
It's meant to be.
But it's not funny though, is it then?
Me. I'm the non-biased person here.
You fucking hate. You're so biased against Liverpool. It's unreal just to wind me up.
Yeah, that's different. It's not like I actually mean it. But anyway, going back to Chelsea.
I'm excited to get Lukaku back in the Premier League though, but I'm just gutted it's for Chelsea. Like, I even seeing the chances that they had more against Palace on the weekend. Obviously, they won 3-0, but I was just watching it thinking, if Big Rom's on the end of that, he's putting that in the back of the net. I mean, like he's just going to be that hole that he's going to fill that they're missing, and I reckon they're going to be scary.
Chelsea have had a sort of a striker curse, haven't they, for a couple of years now? Maybe since Diego Costa. Maybe I can't think of anyone who's really flourished.
He was the last one who actually was decent for him.
Yeah, obviously the Morata, the Werner, etc.
And Tammy Abrams gone now.
Yeah, I think Lukaku he does break that, doesn't he? he's proven everywhere he's gone, and with the creativity in their team behind them, I think Werner will benefit a lot as well, especially if they play him on the wings.
Yeah,
instead.
Yeah, definitely. I think just like Lukaku at the top, then you got Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, Pulisic, Mount, like all that. You know what I mean? Now you're
you
like,
just have their squad in front of you.
Banging.
I'm very impressed with the pronunciation. Then got them all fucking nailed. Like,
I know Mount's hard, isn't it? But yeah, I just think even if they get a couple of injuries, their squad's not on par, but not far off City's attacking options. Well, maybe better than City's because City haven't got a forward at the moment. So yeah, I just think, and then defensively, Tuchel's got it sorted with Rudiger at the back as well, and I just do you know what? I'm going to put tenner on them now to win the league. I think genuinely, I think they're definitely be interesting. I think when that Man City Chelsea game, I don't know when it is in the season, but that's going to be like huge.
United are going to ruin the party though, bro.
I hope so. We could talk a little bit about United just briefly.
No.
What did you guys think of the game?
I loved it,
mate. We were phenomenal.
I was so. It was funny. I started watching the game, sat on my sofa, and by about as soon as after the first goal, I was sitting on a pillow on the floor, like 2 feet in front of the TV, watching it. I loved it so much. I think they'd done it so well. They did with the announcement of Varane. Everyone knew Varane was signing, but bringing him on
that was a power move.
That was honestly power move. I was getting like hairs standing up. And then the full crowd, and I was bouncing to go.
I know. I messaged you boys, and I was like, I just got emotional for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't even know why.
Yalki was crying. It was beautiful. One of my mates went to the game, and obviously don't go very much living down in Wales. But like, what a game to
what a game to go to.
What a game to go.
No, I mean, when you think, right, we played that well, and we got Sancho to add to it. Cavani wasn't playing. Rashford wasn't playing. You got Varane to add to it to the back. Because Lindelof did still make some mistakes, and Scott had to cover him a couple of times because Bamford had a free header if it wasn't for Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
That could have changed the whole dynamic of the game. But when you think you got those two players now that are going to be consistently playing, and especially when Rashford and Cavani come back, I don't know, man. And if Paul Pogba keeps on playing the way that he did,
that was insane. Man.
Like, even though he kind of started on the left, still against Leeds, he still had he wasn't getting any pressure. He had so much space. He was still picking the ball up deep, and that's what he can do. He can break, his assist record from last season in one game, first match day. So I just think, man, and obviously Bruno, hat trick of open play goals that shut up a lot of the haters as well.
Yeah,
so I mean, it was just a perfect game to start on. So I mean, but now we're going to go and lose to Southampton, which is going to be a real reality check.
I don't think so.
Now we'll smash them as well.
I thought it was time to change. Usually United's, they've had a pretty good start in 11 last couple of seasons, but the depth has never been there. And when we see Martial and Sancho coming on like 70th minute or something, it was like, okay, now we've got a bit of depth coming in here.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting too carried away from it. I swear. I swear.
Bro, I've put a tenner on us winning the league
because we smoked Leeds last year, didn't we? I think they, on their bad days, they do concede a lot, and I think we're probably one of the worst, teams for them to play when they're in that mood. What did you think, guys? Forget Tez and Dave quickly.
It'd be better if you had a clean sheet, I thought.
Yeah.
It was a banger of a goal, man.
It was a screamer, though.
Hey, I would if I'm conceding. I mean, what a way to concede! I mean, what a great goal! Fair play to him. Fantastic. What do you think, Tez?
I mean, I didn't watch the game live. I've seen the highlights. Look good. I think.
Okay, sweet.
I think no. I just think Pogba. I think Bruno's class. I think Pogba is going to go missing in periods in the game of the season, and wouldn't get too excited about that. I think. It'd be good. If United, as we talked about it, Chelsea, they can keep challenge. I know we haven't talked about it, but if Liverpool, if all those teams can challenge City, I think, even though we all have our favourites, especially in this podcast, I think if we can have more than two teams challenging for the league, I think we'll be happy.
Thanks for listening to VARguably the best football podcast. Now, don't forget to follow us and like us on all social media platforms to keep up to date with the latest football news.